could have been a lot worse. Like, we could have been relegated down to the Christie Ring, and it wouldn't have been easy to come out with that. Like, London are after going down and Kerry are still down there, so it was vital really that we got the win yesterday, and thank God that we did. Like, and it wasn't easy by any stretch of imagination. I suppose the scoreline showed a different kind of a game, but at the start, like, they got 2 goals in quick succession, and we were under the cosh big time. But like Brian said, we never panicked really, and that was a bit of a quality we showed. We just never panicked, and we kept plugging away and brought it back.
Because I was worried enough for you just sitting here in studio when I saw they'd gone to 2-5 to 4 points to Kildare early enough in the game, and the concern would be that Kildare obviously had goals in them.
Yeah, they did. They're a big physical team, like, and they like running at you, and they wouldn't have, no disrespect to them, they wouldn't have the most abundance of hurling in them, but they'd have athleticism and a lot of will, and just mad to get on the ball and run at the defenders, and that's what they had. And in fairness, though, Jerry Keegan is an exceptional player in the corner, and a lot of lads wouldn't know about him, but he's a brilliant player, and he was causing us a lot of troubles, and so was their number 12 actually. And anytime they got it, just seemed to want to run, but we kind of plugged up the centre after about 15 minutes, and I kind of stopped that and didn't let them run, and just got on the breaking ball more and kind of settled down, and we started to pick off points, and it was a kind of an odd game. Like, all of a sudden I looked up the scoreboard and we'd scored 13 points, and it didn't seem like that at all over the course of the game, and it was just kind of an ebb and flow game. It was very open. It wasn't that tight. Like, in most other inter-county games we played this year, you wouldn't have had a chance to strike the ball, like a free strike to strike the ball, like. And this game, it seemed to you had a lot of space and kind of more time on the ball, and I suppose it was from the level that they were playing at as well. It wasn't the same intensity as maybe the other matches.
Would you feel a bit sorry for them 7 weeks in a row, and the Christie Ring, I don't know, it's just one of those tournaments that, a bit like the round robin, play them off, get them out of the way before July starts, these weaker counties are finished, and for them to have to play so many games in such a short period of time, and then I suppose just 6 days after they'd had their great day at Croke Park, they're back out having to play a playoff. Yeah,
obviously it is unfair on them, and I suppose sure you can say the same about all of us that were playing their round robin, all Laois and Carlow and London, like, but sure, that's the powers to be up in Croke Park. That's what they wanted, and what can we do about it? At the end of the day, we just have to play the matches, and there's nothing we can really do about it. You can complain all you like, but sure, they don't seem to care. They don't seem to listen. But obviously, it is very unfair, and these types of players like Kildare, I was chatting to some of them after, and they were delighted that they won the Christie Ring. It was their first time, and I don't know, it was their first time ever, I think. So I don't know how long to win it anyway, but they had a lot of celebrations, obviously, like, and sure, they weren't in the greatest state of mind to play a week later or 6 days later, like. So it was obviously an unfair advantage on them, but look, we won't complain about it. We set up, we bet them.
I'll ask you more about this in a second, but Pat Horgan's about to take a free for Cork, and James McGrath, 13 minutes in, has had to tell him to go back a few yards before he hits the free, and he's opted for about a 4 or 5 metre run up here, and I think he's probably going to go to try and stick this one over the bar. As we watch this, Niall, what do you think about this as a free taker, this new rule where now the lift isn't counted as part of the strike and you have to bring it back a few yards rather than going inside the 21?
Yeah, this will be interesting now, because he's taken a long enough step back. If he goes, oh no, he just tapped it over. But I think it's a bit of a joke. Like, it's hard enough score a 21-yard free or a penalty as it is, like, without bringing this in. Like, it's bar you have an unbelievable strike like Joe Canning or maybe Pat Horgan there. But I think it's a bit of a joke now. It's going to be very hard to judge what's over the line and what's not. Like, how far is over the line and how far is like leniency. Like, it depends on the ref, and especially at club level there's going to be a serious amount of close calls and decisions made, and it'll just end up in rows. And
well, I just wonder, as you say, if it goes to, say, I don't know, county semi-final, something on the line very late in the game, a free is called, and you've got the referee trying to watch the 21, you've got the linesman probably trying to keep an eye on the guys in the goal. Either way, if someone encroaches from the line, it has to be retaken. If someone goes over, he's going to have to pull on it on the ground. Stephen Bradley, you want to come in on that?
Just as you know, the World Cup bit here, is there a case of a referee just having like a can of spray foam and just saying you can't go over this line, the goalkeeper can't retreat, can't charge in front of this line? It would solve all arguments in one go.
Yeah, I suppose they could do that, but I think, and Niall, I'd be interested to see what you think about this one. I think if they're going to make this that it has to be behind the 21 when you strike the ball, surely having that many men back in the line isn't fair then, even if it's just 3 for the penalty, because Striking 20 metres out, you'd back the defenders.
Oh, you would, like, obviously. Like, sure, the goalie has, I don't know how many, 6 goalie hurls, and the size of the heads at the moment, like, it's next to impossible to score at, like, from outside the 21 at that. Like, whatever chance you had about lifting and bringing it in, even though, like, if they changed the rule and didn't allow a player to lift the ball and come off the hurley at such a, like, of a length kind of, and just they had to keep it on the hurl, and whatever, how far they got in, a couple of yards was allowed, and like, it wasn't dangerous a couple of years ago. It's only brought in when Anthony Nash started doing this, lifting the ball up, so like 10 or 5 yards into the air and striking it. But it's going to be very difficult to score 21-yard frees now, and I can't see too many people scoring them in club games anyway, whatever about inter-county. As
we were saying on In Play last night, has there been a bit of an overreaction because of the publicity that photo got of the Waterford's keeper's leg looking like it would be shot with a paintball, let alone a slitter? But we had the lads in last night saying these bruises, these injuries are common. Has all of this just been an overreaction from the general public seeing this for the first time and saying, Jesus, that's a bit unsafe? Yeah, obviously, that is everyone's sense when they see this big massive bruise on Stephen O'Keefe's leg. They're obviously worried and saying, like, this has to stop. But if you see the corner back coming out on the corner forward, and he's striking in for goal, and he jumps out in front of him and he blocks on his leg, sure, isn't that the same? And he gets the same bruise, and he's tapped on the back saying he's a hero, and it's no different. Like, so it is a bit of an overreaction, I believe, and there's no need to change it. I don't know why they're making all these rule changes. If they want to change the football, they can. I don't mind, but the hurling, if they could leave the way it is, it's fine. You still play a bit of football with the club though, all the same. You have a game midweek, don't you? Yeah, we're playing one Tuesday actually. Yeah, so we're training this morning for that, and we're big into the football as well, but not as much as the hurling, I suppose. Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. And look, I guess that could be a game for you, just looking ahead to this week, where it's what I suppose they call a potential relegation 4-pointer there, because both of you probably be going into that hoping you can get a result against each other. Yeah, it is. It's vital. It's Peter Lee is saying this is our county final of the football, so to say. But he reckons if we can beat one, we'll get to a quarter final, or it'll be hard to stop to get there. But obviously, if we can get your first game under your belt, it's a massive help. And I suppose the winning mentality we won last weekend with the Castledown hurlers as well, after being a couple of points down against Raharney. So it's winning is a habit. So if we can just keep that going, and we seem to be in a kind of know how to grind out results now in tight crunch matches, and I presume this match on Tuesday will be no different. It'll be tight. Well, half-time in the Westmeath Senior Football Championship, it's Castledaly 6, Maryland 4. There's a double-header to Cusack Park from 5 o'clock as well. You mentioned the big game against Raharney for Castletown Gagan, and I suppose a very tough way to start the defence of your title against Raharney, and that game ebbed and flowed in the second half. I suppose must be delighted to come out with the 2 points at the end of it. Oh yeah, obviously we were. We knew coming into this game, if we could get a result here, it would set us up. It wouldn't set us up, but give us a little bit of breathing space for the next couple of matches that were going to come. But it was a brilliant match to win. We didn't play that well. We wouldn't be that happy with performance. We'd be more happy with how we worked and never gave up and kind of fought all the way to the end. And it's to play bad and to still win is a good omen anyway. So no, we're happy with the result, and Raharney under Johnny Greville is a different animal than they were last year, and they'll be back. They missed a few frees and that, and uncharacteristically, like John Shaw missed a few now, and if he had got them, we could have been in a lot more trouble, but that's the way the game goes. Like, if you miss some, you get some, and no, we're just delighted to get the win there and get the season off to a good start.